my friends, welcome back to another weekend vlog. It is Friday and it's around 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm almost done with work. I just completed all of my tasks for the day, finally. So I'm honestly probably going to chill the rest of the workday because I have had a really long work week. But aside from all of that, I just thought it would be really fun to vlog again this weekend. I wasn't sure if I was going to, wasn't sure if I was feeling it. I kind of decided early on in the week that I would just see how I felt on Friday, and my camera was calling to me. Reading was calling to me. A cozy weekend at home was calling to me. I do have a few things planned for this weekend, but all in all, it should be relatively cozy and at home. And while it won't be as adventurous as the last video was, I think it would be fun to kind of have a cozy vlog at home because it's been a while. I have reading plans for the weekend. I am planning to read this book right here, Secluded Cabin Sleeps 6 by Lisa Unger. I don't believe I have ever read from this author before, but I'm buddy reading this with an Instagram friend. I will link her channel below. Her handle is booklovingnerd_87, I believe. She's really lovely and wonderful, and she saw that I purchased this earlier on in the year and was like, I want to read that too, let's buddy read. So that's what we're doing this weekend. I'm very excited for that. All I know about this book is that it's about 3 couples who rent a luxury cabin in the woods, and it's a locked room thriller. So I am very excited. The other things that I need to do today are go to Costco and Target. I don't really want to run errands. It's super snowy outside, but I think I'll be okay. Tomorrow morning is my niece's birthday, so I'll be doing that. It's at this like trampoline park. I will not be jumping on trampolines, but it'll be fun. It'll be nice to celebrate her. I love my nieces and nephews so much. And then tomorrow night, Andrew, who is my husband and he is a drummer, for those of you who don't know, he has his first gig with his original band. He plays with multiple different bands in the area, but he has an original band that's a little bit newer, and they have their very first show tomorrow with their own original music. He's really passionate about it and excited about it, so I think I'm gonna go there. And then in general, just hanging out around the house as we do here. But yeah, so that's the plan for this weekend. I am going to finish my workday, make myself a coffee, and go run my errands. And then once all of that is complete, I can come home and start my book. Off to Costco and Target. I made tea instead of coffee. Andrew is hard at work shoveling. Say hi! Oh, life in Wisconsin. We have arrived. We are at Target, and we are going to stay on task. Right? We can do it. I believe in us. Listen, I'm not saying that I failed, but I may have walked away with a couple of extra things. Time to go to Costco. Birthday cake is secured for the niece. Birthday presents are secured. Groceries are secured. Toilet paper secured. I'm exhausted. I'm going home. I'm back and I have all the groceries in. That part I never think through fully. Whenever I go to Costco, especially because then I come home with everything and I don't have bags for things. So it's like 20 million different trips. Anyway, my camera battery is getting low. I'm making food. I'm so hungry. I really quick wanted to show you guys what I got my niece for her birthday. It's so cute. First of all, this bag is everything. Look at this bag. It's so cute. She really wanted a Squishmallow, which I haven't followed the whole Squishmallow trend, but this thing is so cute. Look at her. She's just like a little strawberry shortcake. I think I want to keep her, honestly. Maybe I understand the hype. I'm not gonna lie. This is freaking adorable. I also got her a few clothing items. Look at this little jumper. The lighting in here is terrible, but it's like green and white checkered, and it's like a fleece. It's really soft. Oh, she's gonna look so cute. And then this I found in clearance. Like, I want this in my size. It's a really pretty, like, dusty rose color. I love the font. So cute. So, so cute. And then if this doesn't scream 90s, again, I want to wear this. Like, how precious. I did buy a clothing item for myself. This was on clearance. It's this really pretty colored green. I don't know how well it's gonna pick up on camera, but it's a little like cropped sweater. I'm not much of like a crop top girl, but I just bought these really cute black jeans from Target that are high-waisted, and I feel like this would be really cute. I figured if anything, it's gonna look great on Zoom, which is where I spend a million hours of my day at work, so I really like this color. Okay, real quick, this is just turning into a general Target haul. Look at this little planter for $5 in the Target dollar spot. I love it. I really wanted to get a Bluetooth speaker for my shower. This is the prettiest Bluetooth speaker. What a random item to be so beautiful, but it's so pretty. I need to take it out of the package to show you guys. It's the brand Heyday. Like, what? How is a speaker that beautiful? It's not waterproof, but it's water resistant, so I'm gonna have it in my shower away from like where the water comes out. But I really need a Bluetooth speaker so I can start listening to audiobooks in the shower. Okay, my battery 100% died. I also found that my favorite energy drink brand came out with new flavors. This one is like a dreamsicle. I wish you would focus. It's really struggling tonight. And this one is Juicy Peach. That sounds so good. I cannot wait to try these. And then the very last things that I got were some new press-on nails. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. This one I cannot stand. It's little flowers. And then this one is glitter. I'm a sucker for glitter and pink. Can't go wrong. Now that I showed you all of the fun stuff, I'm going to eat food, put all of this stuff away, and then hopefully, finally, start my audiobook. I'm only 4 chapters in, but I already have to stop and talk about how triggering this book has been so far, which is very unexpected. But there has been a lot of like fat-phobic discussion 4 chapters in within a family like gathering. I think they were gathering for Christmas, yeah. And the mother is like extremely fat phobic and they're talking about like the son's weight. But then also who's narrating is like really insecure and talking about her own weight and then talking about all of her family members' weights. Like it's just, I was not expecting that. I like to think that I have a fairly high tolerance to listen to that stuff, but if it's incessant in a book and if it's just not gonna go away, it's not looking likely that I'll be able to finish it, to be completely honest. Like, that stuff just makes me so mad. We'll see what the rest brings.
Delaney held her back. Give it a moment. See if she settles. Silence.
It's 11 p.m. I'm getting tired. I have read through 14 chapters of Secluded Cabin Sleeps 6. I'm very much undecided about it at this point. I find all of the characters unlikable, and there's a lot of characters, which is also something that I don't necessarily love in books, but there's like 6 main characters in this book. There's a lot of people to keep track of, and there's a lot of relationship things to keep track of. There's 3 couples. There's husband and wife couple number 1, husband and wife couple number 2, and the husband from that couple is a brother to the sister from the other couple. So there's like a brother-sister relationship between the couples, and then obviously in-law relationships, and then the other couple is not related by family. This is so hard to explain. But the woman from that couple used to date the brother. And just to make things even more confusing, the brother owns this like tech company that the woman from that couple that he used to date also works for him. And then the brother, his sister's husband gets like contracted by him. It's so confusing. Like, I don't know. I like my mystery thrillers to be definitely intriguing. I'm trying to find my footing with like the characters, and we're already like almost 15 chapters in. I will say my favorite part about the book so far is just like the atmosphere and the setting that they're in. So the brother who owns this tech company, obviously he's pretty wealthy, and he decides for his sister's birthday, he's going to treat all of these couples to go to this luxury cabin resort. The guy who owns these cabins is really weird. There's also this mystery person talking. Like a couple chapters ago, there was this random person out of nowhere. We have no idea what that person's relationship was to any of the other characters, but that person that was speaking was clearly very upset. It's so bizarre. I just can't get over, like, I knew it was confusing and jumbled up in my brain, and then actually talking about it out loud made it even more confusing. I'm gonna call it a night. I have about 4 hours left of the audiobook. With the pace that I'm listening to, the speed that it's on, whatever. My brain is fried. I'm going to bed. Good morning. I need coffee. While I get the coffee stuff ready, I just real quick wanted to say, it's gonna be a busy morning. I'm gonna make some coffee. I need to wrap my niece's present, get ready for the party, go to the party, but I wanted to say hi, hello, good morning. It's a new day. I will probably check in later when we're back home. It is so much later in the day. It's currently 9:34. It's been quite the day. A lot of just general unplanned things. Real quick to catch you up, birthday party was so much fun. I ended up not filming that much of it. It was fairly chaotic in one of those trampoline parks. If we had that when I was a kid, that would have been the dream. But it was really fun. It was so good to see my niece, and she just seemed to be having a blast, and see all of my family. But yeah, I had a bunch of things planned today that just didn't happen. I was feeling super tired when we got home, so I ended up taking a nap. And then I was gonna go on my computer and respond to a bunch of comments from my last video, and my computer was dead. And I was gonna do a bunch of home decor stuff, but I'm in a lot of pain because I have this ankle that causes me a lot of pain. It's a long story, but just basically everything that I wanted to do I ended up not doing, and the day has just sort of flown by. I will say I've read a fair amount more of this book, and I definitely have thoughts. Let me figure out where I am, actually. I don't remember what chapter I'm at. 28 out of 54. I still don't know how I feel about this book. A lot of me wants to like really not like it, but I also feel like I could see why this book would work for a lot of people. So I don't just want to brand it as like a book that I hate. I'm definitely going to keep giving it a fair shot and trying to like it, but it's still very confusing. Basically all the points I said last night, that's still how it's going. It's not even the fact that there are so many characters, main characters, side characters. It's that in between the story of these main characters, we're getting backstories of like so many side characters that I just think is super unnecessary. I really want to eloquently put how I feel into words, because I feel like saying there's just so many characters is just not good enough to really explain how I feel. I know that it's going somewhere. I know that these mystery characters too that we haven't identified and we don't know how they're at all intertwined in this story, I know it's going somewhere. It's all leading somewhere. Where? I have no idea. And typically I think I would like that, but it's causing too much mystery. I don't know. I've never read a book like this before. I mean, I could definitely change my mind. I still have about half of the book to go. I think this probably works more for people who really like super tangled, messy, lots of character, those kinds of mystery thrillers. I feel like there's a lot going on for such a small book, and I don't think that the payoff is going to be worth it in the end. I am going to keep reading this until Andrew gets home, and then probably call it a night. I will check in tomorrow. Hello, it's Sunday. It's been Sunday for a while. It's 8:30. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel very tired today. I did not feel like socializing at all. And while this is a camera and not an actual human being that I'm talking to, it feels like socializing to me, which just feels particularly draining today. Some days are just like that. I had to pop on here and tell y'all that I finished this book and I finally know how I feel about it. How I feel about it is that I did not like it. I think I'm settling on 2 stars for this one. It was such a letdown. I'm so disappointed because everything about the premise of this book, I feel like I would like. Ultimately, this book is messy. You better be ready to pay attention to a ton of characters. Also, not be upset with red herrings that go nowhere. I understand it's a plot device. I get it, but sometimes when it's used in the way it was used in this book, it makes me so mad. I don't want to give it 1 star because I do think that there are people out there that would probably enjoy this type of book, but I honestly just felt like the author was trying to pack in so many things, and unfortunately all of it came across as half-baked ideas, really forced. For example, there were so many times that the characters that we were learning about and getting to know all of a sudden would do something that just seemed totally out of the character that this author was building the whole time. The main character, Hannah, for example, is this mother, and she seems like very overly cautious and kind of like the scaredy cat of the group. And when everything starts to happen, all these things go wrong, she all of a sudden is like Superwoman and is like the person trying to save the day, and it just seemed so against sort of the more meek and mild character that you come to know her as. And that's why I say I feel like it's really forced and it's a really underbaked idea because it's not making sense. As the reader, it's just not making sense. I also think that to some degree, when I'm reading a mystery thriller, I want the reason for all the things that are happening to be happening to be somewhat believable. I understand that there's a level of like suspending your belief because you're reading a mystery thriller, but this just seemed so far-fetched in so many ways. I'm honestly astounded. I feel like I haven't read a book this bad in a long time. When this book finished, I literally went, I like rolled my eyes and everything. I was over it. Suffice to say, this one was not my cup of tea. I honestly feel like I couldn't, in good judgment, recommend this to anybody. Just not a really great book, which is sad because I wanted it to be. but sometimes that's the way it goes. I know that this vlog has already been chatty, but I thought that I could answer a couple of questions that folks asked in my last video in some of the comments. One question was just, did we move? And yes, we did. If you don't follow me on Instagram and maybe didn't watch my goodbye video, which is totally fine, we did move. We moved about 30 minutes away from the town that we lived in originally, and we bought our first home. So we actually own this house and we love it. I feel like I could honestly probably spend 45 minutes talking about how much I love the house and how much I love being a homeowner. It's not easy, I should say, not all roses. We literally had to buy a brand new air conditioner like 2 weeks into buying the house. It was terrible. But I really love owning my own home. I think if you've watched any of my content, you probably pick up on the fact that I really enjoy home decor stuff, making my home a cozy space. I work from home, so I'm home all the time. So yes, we did move. We love the home. If you are on Instagram, I did an empty house tour on my Instagram Reels. So if you go to my Instagram page and you only filter by like the Reels, you should see really clearly there's 3 videos, because I had to do it in 3 parts, of when we very first moved in. So nothing was changed by that point. It was all empty, which was really nice. There was another question just about, do we have any plans for home improvement or home decor stuff for 2023? Oh my goodness, yes. All of the ideas and things. We have a really beautiful foyer that I want to put up beadboard and like a picture frame ledge and some hooks. It's kind of like one of my bigger projects that I want to do sooner than later. But honestly, I'm still trying to figure out kind of my style a little bit and save for furniture pieces that I want to invest in versus just kind of like getting to have so we have something and like settling. I would say our biggest home improvement desire for 2023 is our backyard. That's a whole nother story. It's very small, slightly awkward, which is fine because we didn't really want a big yard anyway. The bigger the yard, the more you have to take care of. We love our small yard, but the couple that lived here and owned the home before us was like this retired older couple, just the 2 of them, and the husband like was a major gardener. Like, he was out there every single day, according to all of the neighbors in the neighborhood. And it was beautiful this summer. We had peonies and tons of other flowers that I already can't remember the names of, but just gorgeous garden. But we are not major gardeners, and it required so much upkeep and got way out of control pretty quick. So what we would really like to do is sort of refine the garden quite a bit and also plant some grass. There's no grass back there. It's all pavers and flowers and garden, which is fun for some people, but for a couple that's in their 30s and we don't have the time or desire to devote to a beautiful garden like that, we definitely would love to have more of like a backyard that we can enjoy with where we're at in life, and also put up a fence because we have like no privacy whatsoever in our backyard. It's just right there on the sidewalk for everyone to walk up into. So that's definitely, hopefully, on the docket, at least the fence part. It's expensive. Stuff is expensive right now, guys. Another question that someone asked was an update on my job, which is so sweet. Thank you for asking. My job is going really well. I'm still in the same position that I was in when I left. And when I was doing most of my vlogging when we moved back to Wisconsin, I'm a support team manager for a startup company that's based in Austin, Texas, but everybody in the company works remotely. But it is just like a normal 9 to 5. I work 8 to 4 every single day. I'm in meetings for a lot of my day. I'm heads down working all the time. I think I always feel slightly defensive when I talk about working remotely from home because sometimes people hear that and they think that like I just get to do whatever I want during my day, and I wish that was the case. Like, that would be so cool, but it's essentially a normal job. I feel really blessed. I really love my job. I really love being a manager. This is, I feel like, another thing that I could talk about for a long time. But before I became a manager and before I worked at the company I work for now, I worked for a company that was extremely toxic, very unhealthy, zero work-life balance, made us work through the night. Like, it was not good. And I had a manager that was really awful. just really, really awful. So when I became a manager, which I was terrified to do, but I'm really blessed to have people in my life who believed in me kind of before I believed in myself. And when I became a manager, I was able to use that experience to apply in how I approach managing people now. I'm really passionate about it. I don't talk a lot about it on here because I think it probably is boring to hear me talk about work, but I really love being the manager that I never got to have. And I like being somebody who's compassionate, somebody who sees people as human beings first and not just work robots, and seeing the complexities of what people bring to their day job, you know? Like, I really like holding space for people in that way, but I also like challenging people. I also like holding them accountable and making sure that they're responsible and that they're challenged, but that there's also compassion within that relationship. And yeah, I'm really passionate about it. I feel like I could talk about it forever. There's definitely some difficulties, as there always are in any job, but at the end of the day, I'm really grateful. I love being able to utilize my skills as an empath. I'm also someone who like really nerds out about efficiencies and making sure things are working well. I'm kind of a nerd about my job, honestly. But it's going really well and I really, really love it, and I feel very blessed to get to say that because I think I get to utilize skills that I otherwise probably wouldn't. Oh, I did forget that someone also asked about the cats. They are all doing well. Misha, George, and Scout are loving the new house. It was a little bit of an adjustment at first, but now they are all running the place as they normally would. We're really grateful that they're doing well, and we love them to pieces. So thanks for asking though. They're doing really well. I have been chatting for a long time. This vlog definitely was not exactly what I had planned this weekend, but I'm rolling with the punches and I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed filming. I enjoyed reading the book, kind of. I was due a dud, okay? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna call it a vlog. I hope you're all doing wonderfully wherever you are. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!